Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the worst podcast this side of fucking Mississippi. It is the ALP1 podcast, even though we're not going to be racing for ALP next season. I am your little piece of shit who's somehow not strapped to Newsy's basement this week. Golden Sniper, aka the Brazilian terrorist, aka the man who got a podium in Miami. Fuck you, Sean. And of course, joining me is my what am I going to call you this week? My master, my dominator,
Oh my god.
Mr. Sardonium Hughes, aka the man who won Miami. Fuck you, Kogo. How are you today, sir? Please get that whip away from me.
Good. I just want to correct you real quick.
Yep.
We're not in Mississauga or Mississippi. We're in Miami.
Shut
we're in
the
Miami,
fuck
brother.
up. Shut the fuck up. You couldn't have done the saying, but we move.
I know.
Anyway, Mr. Sardonian, you know what we're here today for, apart from getting me back in the basement.
I know exactly what we're here for today.
Is that why you've got a fucking spanking paddle out?
Yeah, bend over, fucker.
Wait, that's for later. Anyway, Will, we are here for, and let me just read my notes real quick, and let me see if I can do it in your voice. The NACS driver ratings for the Miami Grand Prix. So, if you fuckers have been living under a rock... Fuck, we have a child, shit! Fuck! Don't let Diddy near him. Sorry. Anyway, if you've been living under a rock... if you've been living under a rock, you haven't seen the past, I think it was like 9-10 episodes.
I live under a rock, SpongeBob.
Shut the fuck up, Patrick! Shut the fuck up! Anyway, if you've been living under a rock, this is the lovely episode where we rate people's driving on a scale of 1 to 10. We can give zeros. We haven't. Actually, no, we have. That's a lie. Basically, we've ripped it off some two random fuckwits off Instagram. Thanks. We just stole your idea, and now we've made it even more popular, because we can. Anyway, Will, if I look at my notes real quick, there was...
We did, yeah. We're winning.
We're winning. We are him. And if you don't know, if you haven't checked the standings, Alpine are leading the Drivers' Championship still, because one of the McLaren drivers had a good race. The other one, well, do you know what happened to the other one? Because right now it's just a whole bunch of nothing on my notes.
Listen. It's very easy to mess up. Give him benefit of the doubt. It is easy to mess up in Sector 1 of Miami. It is really rough. But now, yeah, Alpine, we lead the constructors by I think 4 points. 4 points, I think.
Possibly.
So
maybe.
But we needed that. One McLaren missed Mexico, and then he DNF'd this week. So we definitely need that for going into these final 5-6 races of the season, because it's super close right now between Alpine and McLaren. And and I think, like I said, there's still the rumors that this certain McLaren driver might be missing another race or two here at some point at the end of the season due to other work commitments. We will say. So
I'm gonna go spank Caleb off somewhere. Anyway.
So yeah, we're gonna get into the drive ratings here in a second. Just a quick little overview of Miami. Pretty good race, honestly. Like close gaps in quality. Actual battle for the win. Actual battle for P3 for the podium. And with everyone kind of like holding their own and doing pretty good, considering how difficult of a track that can be to drive. So, yeah, especially since it's Miami too. Like, that wasn't a bad. That was one of the. I wouldn't say it was the best race of the season or anything, but it was one of the better races. Like, it was pretty good.
Now, was it better than last season's Miami? Because that's the real kicker. You know, is it better than last season?
Well, last season's was a sprint, so that kind of had some more action going on for it because it had a pretty good sprint race, and then some mixed conditions in the race. That was kind of like a That was a very crazy weekend last season.
Mm-hmm.
But we redeemed ourselves this season. That's all that matters.
And I
Um,
finally got my podium.
I guess
Sorry.
the biggest
Sorry.
disappointment, if we're talking about, so obviously that's the biggest surprise and the biggest like woohoo is Alpine, double Alpine podium. We wanted one. We said we wanted to get at least one of them this season. You said it was never going to happen.
Shut
Look what
up.
happened, Golden.
Dub.
Look what happened, buddy.
Dub. You
W's in the chat.
W, there is no chat.
But the biggest disappointment, though, was definitely the fact that Pete the Newfie, because we were just talking about the constructors, we didn't even talk about the drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Pete the Newfie was unable to race Miami.
Mm.
Now, as we'll get to in the driver ratings later, his biggest competitor, Kogo, didn't win the race, so he didn't get the full 25 points over him, but he did get 18 points. So we'll see. Like I said, Pete won Bahrain.
Yawn.
He got P3 last week at Mexico. But now he was unable to do Miami, so Kogo now leads the drivers' championship by 4 points over Pete.
Mm.
But again, it's only 4 points. We still have 6 races to go. Next week is Hungary, so it'll be interesting to see if Pete can show up and will show up to this one and actually, bounce back and retake his lead in the drivers or not.
Mm.
Hungary, similar to Kogo, Hungary's never been one of their favorite tracks per se. Neither of them are real massive fans of Hungary. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe someone else, like Mr. Kogo Jr., maybe someone else will slide in a race win.
You.
Who knows? But anyways, enough about Hungary. That's next week.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to say that's what Pete, little status report about the Drivers' Championship and where that's going. So right now the top 4 coming out of this week, the top 4 are separated by 21 points.
Jesus Lord.
From Kogo all the way down to Kogo Jr. So now I'm in third. I think I'm 16 points behind. Mm-hmm. But anything can happen. So I'm going to give it my all until the very end. We'll see how it goes down.
Are we going to recreate Crash Game?
We'll see. Maybe at Singapore, second last race of the season. Maybe Singapore.
I need to remember what party PK spun out again.
Mm-hmm. But without further ado, Golden, let's get down to business here with these driver ratings for Miami. So starting off, both the Williams drivers were there. Mm. So we'll start off with Kilo, aka Alex.
Oh my God, Alex!
He qualified 4th. His best qualifying of the season so far. He qualified 4th on the second row with his teammate. Mm-hmm. But he only finished in 6th, unfortunately. Last of the people who finished the race. Could have finished ahead of Sling, got 5th, but he had time penalties, so Sling was able to jump in because of that. And he also had wing damage because of grade A spinning out, which we'll get to later on. He had wing damage because of that for the first half of the race. Mm. He did do a 1-stop, though. He only pitted once because he didn't pit under the first safety car. Under the only safety car. So he did make his tires last. And he showed good promise. And like I said, it was his best qualifying of the season. And honestly, it showed that if Alex really put his mind to it, he can get up there and possibly even fight for the podium before the end of the season. Hmm. He's definitely not off on the pace, that's for sure, because he qualified about the same as his teammate. So, and he outqualified you and grade A's, which is pretty impressive. Mm-hmm. So, for those reasons, just to give my defense about what I'm about to say, for those reasons, I've decided to give Alex a 7. I think that's the highest grade I've given him so far this season. I could be wrong. I know last couple weeks, I've given him, for the most part, like 5s and 6s. But this, in my opinion, this was better than, like, I gave him a 6 last week at Mexico, so that's why I gave him a 7 here, because I feel like this was a better performance for him than Mexico, to be honest. That's how I felt about it anyway. So I've given him a 7.
See, he out-qualified me, so that's giving you some fucking branding points. But he did get, what was it, fucking 40 seconds of time penalties at the end, which if we're looking at my notes here and we're judging it off the criteria, that's not good. Car. I don't know how the fuck you end up with that much. Were you trying to get? Is this a fucking raffle? You get as many as you can. Geez, quality.
Well, obviously they weren't. Obviously they weren't all track limit penalties. Like one of them was for missing the skipping the corner under the bridge. That's a 10-second right out the gate. And then speeding in the pit lane's another 10 seconds. That's 20. Because I think he had 28 in total. Or something like that.
No. I think he had 40. Which is crazy. Yeah, he was in like the 30s, I think. If my mind isn't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he did try to make the one-stop work. It backfired. Damage really wasn't his fault, because we'll get to that later. I don't know, man. It's like he started well in quali, and then it just started going to absolute shit. Sorry, Alex. And I was thinking one lower than what I've just picked, but I've gone straight down the middle, dude. Actually, no, because Sling beat him. Alright, I'm going with my original answer. I'm going for a 4. Shockingly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like,
wow.
Like, you start with, like, it's like you've just started, you've finally got a girlfriend, you're going to third base, and then you just come inside 10 seconds. And she's massively disappointed.
Wow. Okay. I guess I'm looking past the time penalties because I know that that's not him. That's him getting mad because of the game and stuff out of his control. I'm more looking at like the promise that he showed rather than what he actually did.
Yep.
I guess so. Fair enough. A bit of a discrepancy this week with Alex's grades.
Get the pitchfork away from
4 and 7. 4 and 7. But I mean, the truth's probably somewhere more in the middle between our grades. But we've both gone for very different, drastic grades. I would say one is probably too high, one is probably too low.
Yep.
Yeah. Which kind of sums up Alex past couple weeks. He's been doing pretty good, but then in the race some stuff starts going to shit. But Hungary, this track coming up, like I said, Hungary, in the past he has been a really big fan of that track. It's been one of his favorites, so I'm expecting to see good things from him at Hungary. Next, his teammate Kogo Jr. qualified 3rd and finished the race in 4th, just behind yourself, Golden Sniper.
Okay, didn't have to spoil the show.
Fuck's sake. But he fought long and hard. It's okay, had a good quali.
Pause.
He did get out qualified by a controller. But it wasn't by much. And like I said, in the race, he did mess up early on. He did have a big mess up early on, and he felt like the race was going to be over. Like the race was over for him, but he locked in. He put his head down. He locked in. He clutched up, and he almost got a podium. Just like last week at Mexico, he clutched up. He almost got a podium. Pretty similar conditions. Pretty similar situation. Was very close to Pete last week. Was very close to you this week. and salvaged what he could of a bad situation. Still walked away with 12 points for himself and the drivers. Could have been 15. Could have been 15, but still a good recovery. And good hard race. And so I've decided to give K an 8 out of 10.
Whoa.
Could be more of a 7, but I've personally decided to give him an 8 because I'm thinking about the long term with the championship. Like, he's kept himself alive with 12 points, as opposed to how it looked early on. Like, he wasn't even going to finish the race. Or he was going to get, like, 8 points or 6 points or no points. So to still walk away with 12, almost 15 points there for himself. I mean, Pete wasn't there. He still pulls 12 points on Pete regardless, but yeah, and he was driving really well at the end. So yeah, I've gone for an 8. Now, you were the one actually battling him, so that might affect your grade for him. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts on K's race.
I mean, if you want a description of K racing, that is it. I mean, that race just showed everything. He's shit. He didn't shit the bed. He what's the word? He got terrorized by an Alpine, if we say that. It's just random cunt, just saw he locked up, tried to go around him, and then smacked the gas on too much, and then bing, hit his ass. I mean, to be fair, if you do see Caleb like that bent over, you would do the same. I'm kidding. Yeah, but he did really well to fight back from that random retard, and then tried to almost beat said random retard, and then got a little bit of his revenge by hitting said random Alpine retard. But he did give the position back, which is good. Fun. I mean, I've got an 8 as well, dude. He was just really unlucky not to be on the podium this week. I reckon if there was one more lap, he would have got me 100%.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's hard to tell, but regardless, he he drove well. He drove respectfully, kept it fair, and he just came up a little short this week. But again, we'll see how he does at Hungary. But yeah, so 8s across the board for K. Next, we have Slingshot, the sole Ferrari driver, since Pete wasn't here this week. It was just Sling. Sling qualified last. It's 7th, but he finished the race in 5th, ahead of Great Ace, who DNF'd, and Alex.
Oh my God, Alex.
So he finished in 5th. So Sling still came home in 5th with 10 points for himself and Ferrari, mainly for Ferrari, because Ferrari are,
struggling.
Trying to. Well, they're also not too far off. Like, they're still trying to stay in contention for the constructors. At the bare minimum, top 3 ahead of Williams. Like, Williams and Ferrari are kind of have been a tight battle for the second half of the season. So, 10 points for Ferrari when your teammate isn't there, just to, because they lost, because Kay got 12 and Alex got 8. Yep. So they still lost 10 points to Williams, but Sling definitely helped hemorrhage that loss. And he didn't really do anything wrong. He was just, again, this is one of his weaker tracks. He's not a big fan of this one. Compared to some of the others like Hungary next week or Monza. He's definitely a bigger fan of tracks like that compared to Miami. He's never been a big fan of this one, but super solid drive from him. So I've personally decided to give Sling a 7. I gave him the same grade as Alex, because I also gave Alex a 7. But I mean, technically, Alex could have gotten like a 6 or whatever. But yeah, I've given Sling a 7. I think it was a pretty solid drive for him. One of his better drives this season. I wouldn't say his best drive now, but I would say one of his better drives this season. Like, it actually wasn't bad. It was kind of like last week at Mexico, except he came out with more to show for it, so I've rewarded him with that by giving him a 7. So, yeah, solid from Sling.
I think we're finding more discrepancies, mate. See, we know Sling isn't the quickest Donny. I can't remember the gap between him and me. It was like 2 seconds off in quali, which not the best. I don't want to bash the cunt. I love him. We love Sling. If you don't know, he is a cult hero. He's just here for the vibes and the vibes alone. And I especially like him because he allows me to thunder cunt him every practice session instead of me actually wanting to race. But yeah, man, I don't know. It was kind of an up and down week for Sling. I mean, yes, he got the top 5, which I'm very proud of him. But I don't know, man. If we're going off you saying you gave Alex a 7, I don't know if I can give Sling any higher than a 5. But then again, Alex did out-qualify him. And then Alex got like 47,000 seconds of time penalties.
Here's the thing too. I don't really put a lot of weight into qualifying with Sling. I'm more like, let's see what he can do in the race. And I understand, again, like, he wasn't really anywhere, but you know, he's still consistent though. Like, he's consistent enough to jump someone if they're making too many mistakes.
Okay, well, if we're going off that, fuck everything else I said. I'll follow your lead. I'll give him a 7. That's gonna really change the rest of my ratings. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I know. I know people are gonna be like, "That's not fair. You gotta look into the quali. He qualified last." I'm like,
why did you look at the quali for Alex and everyone else? Why not Sling? Shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, it's not the same. Sling is not really a man of the quali.
No.
He's a man of the race.
Absolutely.
And this does technically, I couldn't give him lower than a 7 because this does technically tie his highest place finishes of the season. I think he's had 2 over 5th place finishes at Spain and Jeddah. So
where did he finish in Monaco?
In Monaco.
We're not in Monaco anymore.
Monaco. I'm not sure. I think it was like 6th or something. I think.
We'll rewind.
I think so. I'd have to look and see, but anyway, yeah. So 7th across the board for Sling. Next is the 2 McLarens, Kogo and Great Ace. We'll start with Great Ace. Great Ace, who qualified 5th and did not finish the race. He DNF'd on, I believe it was lap 5.
3.
Something like that. 3 was earlier than 5?
Yep. Because you had the safety car lap 4. No, we had the safety car, I think. No, it was lap 4, because I literally watched his thing. He had a bit of a shit show. And he claims it was dirty there. I'm calling cap. Mad cap. John, you're lying.
Yeah, no, I think no, those curbs there in Sector 1 of Miami are really treacherous. He probably just caught a bad end of a curb and spun the whole car around, and that was it. His race was over.
Slidey.
It's unfortunate for him. It sucks. It sucks to see. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
But I can't give someone a good rating when he wasn't bad in quality, considering that he didn't get much practice for this race from what I've been told either. Like, his quality pace was still there, still decent. So I'm not going to completely tank his grade. So I've personally decided to give Great Ace a 3 out of 10. mainly due to the fact that he still showed some decent pace and quality. But again, I can't give him any higher than a 3 because like he didn't get any points from McLaren, and McLaren are in a constructors battle right now. Like, Kogo can't win the constructors on his own. He needs his teammate to be there for him.
Mm.
So, yeah, it's just very disappointing for Great Ace. What have you gone with?
It is a definitely very disappointing weekend for Mr. Sean the Sheep. Yeah, dude. I'm calling fibs. That's not dirty air, you dumb cunt. Quali, yes, did good. Outqualified. He outqualified the Alpines. But he
Yep,
died.
that's also why I gave him a but that's also why I gave him a 3
Mm-hmm.
because he did outqualify.
No.
He did outqualify you.
No. But who's the real winner in this? Think about it. Me. We'll get to that later. Anyway. Yeah. How do you die in lap 3? You shit cunt. I'm kidding. I still to this day it baffles me how he shit the bed that hard. Saying that, I'm doing time trial in a realistic Mercedes, and I just almost shit the bed. But then again, I've got full traction, so I think I know how. Yeah, brought us to the bad end of a curb and just absolutely sent it into a wall. It was very majestic, by the way, seeing it from his POV just slide into the wall. Very, very, what's the word? I don't think the word, satisfying to see one less person in front of me to get that podium. But yeah, enough of the waffle. I've also gone for a 3 because yes, he did show good quality promise, but you can't die on lap 3 and not get worse than a 4 or a 5 at the very most.
Yeah, especially with the comms.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the comms, I was
Oh,
not
we
giving him a
don't
4
talk
with those
about
comms.
that. We don't talk about that either. Sean, shut the fuck up, please.
Yeah, 75%.
And he's done
62, 62, he's on 62.
And Golden is Caleb's all over the back of Golden here, and his battery is gone. Like, shut the fuck up. Why don't I put you into a war next time, Sean, and keep fucking commentating your fucking shit show? I'm kidding. We love you, Sean. We'll do it. That's for next week.
It's always, we're always asking ourselves that question. But yeah, free out 10s across the board for Sean. I mean, he didn't finish. It's one of his weaker races this season, I would say. But onto his teammate, who qualified on pole by 300ths. He just was able to clutch up. He had one final because he messed up his second last run, but fortunately he was able to get around and get one final run in, which he did snag pole by 300ths of a second because he was able to get that final run in.
He's on wheel. We know.
But yeah, the Dan effect coming into play, Mr. Kogo, 300ths of a second.
Yep.
But regardless, yeah, great pole. But then he made a mistake near the beginning. He dropped back. Because Miami is a tricky track. It's very slidey, and shit happens. But so he made a mistake, dropped back. But over the course of the race, he worked his way through and back up to fight for the win. But unfortunately, he just barely missed out on it. Because he also tapped third or fourth last lap. He also tapped the wall and got a bit of wing damage that might have cost him the win as well, I would say. So, but other than that, he still got P2. He still pulled 18 points on his rival Pete the Newfie this week, and like I said, he just barely didn't win. Like it was super close. So I can't because that, like, I can't give him any lower than a 9. I've gone with a 9 for Kogo. Especially since this was one of his weaker tracks last season. Like, Great Ace was actually the better McLaren here last season. So for him to come out swinging at like this, fighting for the win at a track that he's not even one of his favorite tracks, actually probably one of his more like least favorite tracks. just shows how strong he is on this game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 9 out of 10 for Kogo from me.
Now, are we using the famous Kogo line that he let you win, or are we glossing over that?
Well, considering that he burned like 45% battery on the back straight and still couldn't catch me, I don't think there was a let there.
Mm-hmm.
But
And what about the defending from said teammate who may need a shout out or two, holding this specimen back, whatever he's called.
Yeah, definitely. That definitely helped contribute to him not getting the win. I would say, defending from him, holding him up for a couple laps.
But we're not talking about your teammate. We're talking about the McLaren Donny, because we'll get to the Alpines later, and by later I mean in 20 seconds. Yeah, just lovely weekend from Mr. Pogo. You know, pole, can't convert it to a win sadly, but did nonetheless have a great drive. So I have to also give him a 9.
Yep, good stuff for Kogo. Like I said, he's having an awesome season. His best season so far by a country mile. He's now leading the championship by 4. He's now leading the championship by 4 points. We'll see how that goes at Hungary, but for now, he did exactly what he had to do at Miami. He survived it. That's what he had to do. So yeah. Well, and especially since his teammate DNF, so he definitely had to survive, and
100%.
Because otherwise McLaren wouldn't have got any points at all.
That would have been really funny.
But yeah, on to the Alpines to round this off. Starting with Golden.
Who? I don't know this guy.
Qualified 6th, didn't have a great quality, but finished on the podium, fought tooth and nail with Kogo Jr., who, for the majority of the season has been way faster than Golden.
Mm-hmm.
I would say.
We don't need a cherry glaze at everything.
So I would give you a 9, but because of the quality, because of the
shit,
the kind of like because of the shit quality, I've gone with an 8, the same grade as Caleb, because I feel like you guys were both pretty similar this week.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 out of 10.
Completely fair. I've also gone for an 8. Quali was probably my worst of the entire season, not including Jeddah. Because we don't.
Not
including Jeddah.
I think Jeddah was the worst.
Fucking shit show, dude.
I think Jeddah was the worst, bro.
It's probably the worst quali I've ever had, dude, ever. And that's counting me DNFing in quali a couple times.
Welcome to Jeddah on a controller.
Welcome to Jeddah. Welcome to F125 on a controller.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, dude, I don't know what the fuck was into me apart from me cunting Caleb, and I'm so sorry for that, and I'm surprised he didn't report me. But I don't know how the fuck I did that, dude. I'm genuinely surprised at myself, because we're still talking about, I don't know if you fuckers keep hearing this, we still talk about it behind the scenes about last season's Miami, and how I couldn't show my pace, or we couldn't show our pace because of rain and a boo-hoo, and we just kept whinging on and on and on and on, and Caleb, or Kogo, one of them, I think, told us to shut the fuck up about it. Allegedly, it's probably in the NDA we made him sign with our own blood. But yeah, dude, I feel like this was the perfect redemption for both of us from last season. So I've also gone for an 8. So we balling.
Balling. And then we move on to the final. Driver.
Not this cunt again.
The free time.
The
three-time NACS Assist Driver Champion and Constructors Champion.
About to be
Sidonian Muse.
For one of them.
He won the Canadian Grand Prix, 3rd race of the season, and we were like, that's a fluke. It's never going to happen again. That was a one-time affair.
It did.
there's no more wins coming for Sidonian Muse this season. That's it, one and done. He's good at Canada anyway, so I mean, whatever. Like, that's not that big of a surprise. But then we turn up to Miami, a track that I've never won before. I've come close to winning it. I've never won it before in any league racing ever. And I'm honestly shocked, bro, especially with how bad the tire wear is at this track. Because like going in this week, I'm like, oh my god, this is like, other than Silverstone, like this is probably like the worst tire wear we've had on our whole season, like so far anyway.
Yep.
Might actually end up being the worst tire wear of the season.
Nah. Nah. Silverstone trumps that shit.
Oh yeah, that and Silverstone, yeah, they're definitely the two big ones. But regardless, terrible tire wear. On a controller, especially head to head, with the wheel, with fighting for the win against Kogo, who this is also not one of his better tracks. So that definitely, I won't lie, that definitely probably helped me out a bit. The fact that this is not one of his better ones either, of course. But yeah, only lost out on pole by 300ths, so I qualified second. Just barely lost out on pole, and then after lap 2 or 3, I was leading the race until the safety car came out, and then I pit under that, so that shook everything up again. But was leading for some of the race, but then the different pit stops and timings and all that, and then I had to hold off Kogo at the very end for like the final 5 or 6 laps of just not just tire managing the super worn medium tires, because we had to go 11 laps on those mediums at the end, but also the battery, because it was hard to get your battery back at Miami, so I had to manage the battery power accordingly as well. While driving 7 free wings, which I don't think anyone else was driving anything remotely close to that.
No. I think I was running 19-14 the entire race.
Yeah, like most guys were running like mid-teen wings around there. So yeah, definitely had to drive very carefully, but in the end, just barely came out with the win over Kogo, and it's got my second win of the season. And also secured the double Alpine podium, so we retake the lead in the constructors as well. And I got to be honest, man, like going into this race, I thought that I was out of it for the drivers. I thought, this is it, I'm out of it. But with these sequence of events, like I said, Pete not racing, missing the race, and then me winning the race, it was like a 30-something point gap, and I cut it down by 25 points. So yeah, it's only like a 15, 16 point gap to Kogo and Pete now. So I'm technically not out of it going into the final 5-6 races of the season, but this could be a massive moment in the championship. We won't know until we get a couple more races into it. Especially in 2 weeks with that final sprint coming up in Monza. Because everyone's going to be running lower wings with that one.
I just had the biggest smile on my face when you said that, by the way.
Nice. But
nice.
I'm just happy we made the double Alpine podium
for once
happen.
Whoa.
More than the race win. Because yes, I really wanted another race win this season, but I didn't really expect or care if it was Miami. I mean, it's nice to win at a track you've never won at before, but at the same time, there's tracks that I enjoy way more than Miami. You know. But at least one I've never had before, so that's definitely a plus for sure. So I mean, I'll take it. Obviously, I've given myself a 10 out of 10. This is the only 10 out of 10 I think I've given myself since Canada earlier in the season. I think, unless did I give myself a 10 for Mexico last week as well? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. But that was its own kind of. that felt like a win. Yeah, that felt like a win for completely different reasons, but because that was just crazy at the end of that race. But yeah, that felt like a win. So, yeah, that's a 10. Myself 10 out of 10. That's my only the third one. Then the third one I've given myself this season because I gave myself one for Canada last week at Mexico and now this week at Miami. Yeah, so I'm kind of on a roll right now.
Get off the
Ever
roller,
since
you swasher.
Silverstone, ever since you beat me by like what was it, like 20 seconds at Silverstone?
Alright, was that the fucking kicker, yeah? Like, oh, my teammates thought you would fuck off.
Well, it's like we're both out of controller, so like if he can do it, like there's something I gotta lock in. I gotta figure out
Put your
what the hell
finger
I'm
in
doing
your ass,
wrong.
mate. And now I've put my finger in my ass. Pause.
Yeah.
It's like I took
But
it
yeah,
out first half of the season, you're just taking it out now, dude. Fuck.
exactly. I'm having a bit of a turnaround here in the second half of the season.
And I'm having a shit show.
Um,
Allegedly.
Spain, because that double whammy, man, that double whammy of Spain, Spain and Silverstone for me back to back was really, really bad.
It woke you up.
I mean, I was stuck on a really bad run there. Like I kept getting like P4 every fucking race, and like I said, getting even worse at Silverstone. So I was on a really bad run, but now the past 3 weeks, it's become a good run all of a sudden. P2, and P1. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so what have you given your teammate?
I mean, a fucking retarded kid with 37 extra chromosomes can see this shit's a 10, dude. If you don't fucking see it's a 10, you're either biased as fuck,
Yeah.
or you're just a Sidonium Muse hater. So, I can't explain it any more than that.
To quote Great Ace, as soon as like we crossed the finish line, what Great Ace said, if you watch his stream, he said, "Will, buddy, you drove like a champ today."
Crazy. The glazing.
You drove like a
I can tell he
champion.
was seething after that. He was seething. He was livid, cunt. He couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle Mr. Will winning again. Matter of fact, he couldn't handle a fucking double LP. He couldn't handle all this shit, dude. Like, fuck. I know we're bashing Sean. Sorry, Sean.
And with this, the cool part about this Miami win is that I've now completed the US Triple Crown of F1. So because I already had wins at Vegas and Texas back in season 1. But like I said, that Miami one back in season 1 slipped out of my grasp, so I wasn't able to get all 3 American tracks won at. But now I've finally done that, so that's pretty cool. Because I don't know if anyone else. I mean, I guess if you count no assist, maybe like Kogo or Druply might have done it in no assists, obviously, but I don't know. In the assists, I don't know if anyone else has done that. I could be wrong, but I don't think so, because I don't think Pete's ever won at Texas, and I don't think Druply hasn't won at Miami or Vegas.
One period apart from Monaco. I'm still waiting, Will.
Yeah, and Kogo, and like I said, Kogo's only won Texas. Kogo hasn't won. But so I'm the only one in the assists who's won at all 3 American tracks now, which is a nice little pointless stat, but we'll take it.
It's a stat nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a stat nonetheless. Speaking of stats, like I said, next week is Hungary.
Ungary.
A track that I've had a really good track record. I've had a really good track record at it in the past. Just barely lost out in the win to Droop in season 1, so I finished P2. Season 2, finished ahead of Kogo, so inherited P1 because the only guy ahead of us was a cheater.
Wow.
We won't list his name. We won't give him the time of day.
Liar,
and then last season I won that over Droop and Pete because they had time penalties and I.
In the history of this entire league, like the victory call. Fuck you.
The victory radio call. Yeah. So if I win Hungary, then that will be absolutely crazy because that will be like Kogo at Silverstone. Kogo had 3 in a row at Silverstone. This will
Me
be
at Monaco,
three.
podiums for days. Fucking
Yeah. So
Caleb
it'll be 3 in a
everywhere.
row at Hungary. Um, but again, Miami's a completely different track. It's way higher wings. Just um, you know,
Like Miami on
and you never know
silvers.
because rain. It could rain out of the fuck. Like we haven't had rain in a while. It could if it rains at Hungary, man. That's gonna just throw everyone for a loop. Trust me on that. Rain at Hungary
Someone's
is
gonna be
pretty
happy.
rough. Caleb, that's what I'm saying. K might win Hungary, bro. Don't.
Oh no, I was talking about me, dude. You need a wet setup?
Oh, this guy is confident now.
Hey.
Watch now, it's Golden and K fight. Watch now, it's Golden and K fighting for the win.
And then K
Oh
enacts his
fuck.
revenge.
K wants to get his revenge.
Yup.
But yeah, so that's it for the driver ratings. Overall, it was a good race. I'm looking forward to the final 5 or 6 races of the season now, because we're through the middle chunk.
If shit.
The run of what a lot of people would consider to be shit tracks back to back.
Big
Bahrain,
babies.
Bahrain, Bahrain, Mexico, and Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Tracks that a lot of people don't like for one reason or another.
Oh, they're just children.
I'm not one of them, obviously, because I love Bahrain, but well,
We'll gloss
I
over
can see
that.
where people are coming from. Whereas now we're on to the final 6 racetracks are all tracks that people adore/love for the most part. You got Hungary, Monza, Suzuka, Interlagos, Marina Bay, and then ending things off with Zandvoort. I mean, these are all fan favorite tracks, so you can't really go wrong with any of them. So it's just going to be go till we finish the season, and I'm excited to see how it all rounds out in the end. Who's going to come out on top, and who's going to fall short. It's exciting stuff, Golden. But before we wrap things up, do you have anything else you wanna add, Golden, before we end this?
Yeah, again, like every week, we keep picking our fucking sponsors. So if I can think off the top of my head, today for the ALP1 podcast, last week was fucking DiGiorno frozen pizza. This time we're gonna stick on the frozen side of shit, and we're going with Peter's drumstick ice cream.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yep.
That's a good one. Awesome. Well, folks, this has been Cloudonian Muse and Golden Sniper on the ALP1 podcast. Thanks for listening all the way through if you have, and we'll see you guys